What's going on, everybody, man? Day 4 of my journey to building as much muscle as I can over the next 3 to 4 months. Quick update. Day 1, chest and shoulders. Got an awesome pump, awesome workout. Tuesday, back day, was an awesome workout. Had a super duper pump on my back. My lats were on fire. Day 3, like I said in day 1, when I began the journey, was to listen to my body. Again, because I'm in my 50s, I want to be very careful not to hurt myself. So I'm just going to listen to my body. I did say that if I felt like I needed to take a day off, I'm going to take the day off. So day 3 was a rest day. I took the day off yesterday. I basically just made sure that I kept my protein intake high at 40% of my total caloric intake. So I'm doing a 40-30-30 with my my macros, and I rested, you know. So today is day 4, and I'm going to be doing legs today. I am limited with the amount of equipment I have in my setup here in my garage, with my Marcy bench, of course, and utilizing my Bowflex dumbbells. I'm going to do everything I can on a regular basis to really pump out the legs. When it comes to legs, maybe down the line I plan to maybe get another machine in here. Not too certain, but I think it's something that I would love to do. It's just at the same time, you know, it does cost some sort of money, quite a bit of money. But I'm going to do the best I can with what I have. And what my advice to those out there, whatever minimal equipment you may have in your garage, basement, or in one of your rooms that you train in at home, or even if you go to the gym, you're going to have all the machinery you need. But this is more so for those who work out at home and have a little small setup like I do. Just do what you can. Make do with what you have, okay? Be useful, be creative. So I do what I can. I have a number of little things I do creatively with the Marcy bench. So today I'm just going to pump up my legs. I'm going to pump them up really, really fast. I'm going to do quads, going to do some hamstring work, and then I'm going to get out of here, you know, and just go and fuel the body back up and then get ready for a good arm day tomorrow where it's going to be tricep and biceps. So, man, so that's where I'm at. Day 4, time to grind, man. Let's get to work. I'm going to do some warm-ups first. So I'm going to warm up. I didn't set up everything quite the way I want. I think I'm going to do here, and I'll move the camera around because I don't have, you know, someone to help me with the camera today. So I'm just going to move you guys around with me. So that you can see more or less what I'm doing and what I'm actually doing with some of the movements on this machine or with dumbbells. I think I'm going to utilize both today, but I'm going to start off with some leg extensions. I love that movement. It warms up my knees, my ligaments and my tendons around my knees a little bit better, and I feel more ready to go and engage with heavier weights right after. So I'm going to loosen up, do a couple warm-up sets, and do a couple solid working sets with the leg extension, and then we're going to, you know, switch down to the lower pulley, and I'm going to show you how I do here on the lower pulley a squat workout with the lower pulley rod. Okay, let me just set up. I should have set it up before I put it on the camera, but it's just easy setup. Put that right down there, like so. Then get the upper one here. And bam, it's ready to go. Just set up some weight here, something reasonable. Alright. Do some leg extensions, try to do a couple stretches in between. And yeah, man, let's get to work. This is the part right here. I have the lower pulley with the chain, so let me just take that one. Reset that back up when I'm ready to do the squats. So again, I like doing the lower pulley. I like doing leg extensions to warm up the quads and knees and everything a little bit before I really start hitting hard. It's one of my favorite movements for legs because it really is a nice and good shaper, especially when your legs are, you know, a little bit muscular. Thighs are not as muscular as they used to be. We're looking to change that over the course of the next 3 or 4 months, try to get a little bit more muscle in there. So I'm gonna do everything I can to work my tail off to see some changes. So at the end of this week, I plan to do a weigh-in. I plan to do a couple little measurements, and then we're gonna do that on a bi-weekly basis. I'm not gonna do it every week. Every 2 weeks, check weight. Every 2 weeks, check the measurements, and take it from there. Take a photo, and then at the end, maybe at the end, after the 3-month period, 4-month period, I'll probably show you some of the pictures and and share with you some of the measurements as we go. All right, get right to it again. After this one here, I'm gonna do a couple quick stretches. So again, with this, it's just really just you wanna just warm up the thighs a little bit. I'm gonna definitely do some working sets in a moment. The key is obviously you wanna get a good extension. You wanna make sure that the lowering, the negative is a little bit slower, not too quickly. You don't wanna just wing it. You wanna get the movement, get a nice positive, get a nice negative coming down. All right. Now we're gonna get some working sets. I feel pretty good there. Do a couple little stretches here for the quads and the hammies. Then we're gonna get to work and really start making this body grow. All right, so we're gonna up the ante here for the first set. I don't think I'm gonna be going into force reps or possibly failure with leg extensions. I'm just gonna do the regular 2 to 3 sets as long as I feel good. 2 sets. Again, I'm gonna go, as I said before, everything for me is all about feel right now. So if I feel good, if I feel that I'm getting a nice pump and I'm ready to move on to the next movement, next exercise, then I'll do that. And if that means doing that only in 2 sets or 3 sets, so be it. We just move on. All right. You get quality reps and you get quality sets. You could possibly be in a nice pump state and maybe super pump to the pump that you can't do anything more within 6 or 7 or even total of 8 sets with legs with any body part. So it's very much possible. It just depends how intense you go at it. So here we go. First working set. Good. Wish I had handles here like they do on the gym ones, but we don't, and I'm not going to complain. It's a pretty decent machine for the price I paid, and it gets the job done. It is something, and like they say, something is better than nothing. So I'm very fortunate and very happy that I at least have this unit. My advice, if you don't have something like this, and it don't have to be a Marcy one, but I could vouch for this one. I've had it now for about 3 years, and it's pretty good, and it has all the weight I need, so awesome machine. We're gonna up it one more time. I'm feeling with the added protein that I've been taking. I started taking my protein shakes as well, so I'm right now doing 1 protein shake, added protein a day. The objective and the plan is to move that to the point where I'm taking 2 shakes a day, and usually when I've done 2 shakes a day, I've increased my protein intake slowly within a week to 2 weeks into the training. I see the best results for me. It doesn't mean that it's going to be the same for everyone else, but that's what works for me. So I like to gradually up the protein, gradually add more lean chicken or lean red meat into my diet, and then at the same time increase also the protein as far as getting the additional protein I need through a protein drink. So right now I'm just taking it 1 time a day. It's giving me an additional 35 to 40 grams of protein, and then the objective is, and the plan is to elevate that and get that from 40 grams to 2 drinks a day. Now I'm adding an additional 40, which overall, supplement-wise, is 80 grams of protein added to my diet with my food from a protein supplement. Here we go. see, I want to get it, and I'm trying to slow it down just a little bit on the negative, that eccentric movement. A little slower so you can feel it. Back. Woo! That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about right there. Man, the concentration level now is really high since I got really serious, and just obviously the added protein, throwing in the supplementation, throwing in there like MCT oils, medium chain triglycerides, it's all giving me that added energy and that little extra boost that you need to get through these workouts. People have to understand, when you're working out and you're looking to increase body mass, you definitely have to have a little bit more food so that you'll have the energy to sustain those workouts. Especially, if you're really going all out and you're going all the way through force reps and you're doing drop sets and you're doing giant sets and supersets with heavy weight, or you're going to failure, just really getting half reps at the very end, like I've done a few times already in the first 2 previous videos. This is what you need to up that calorie count a little bit more, and you see that it works out. That you'll have the energy necessary to get through these workouts and these intense sets and repetitions that you're doing. Whew. I think I'm going to get a heater for this garage this winter. Got to go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get an idea, because soon there are going to be nets up in here, and then I'll just roll them up when I do my workouts. But I also work out here and train my son with baseball, and we do our winter workouts in here. And I do have to get like 3 more rubber mats here to really close out the space. Move the machine over to the right hand, in this case the left hand side of the garage, to the other side of the garage. This is a 2-car garage setup, and just utilize this space for training, only for me to do my weight training in my training floor, and then having the training for my son for baseball, as I run a baseball program as well, and I basically train him pretty frequently in here. But last winter it was brutal. It was so cold in here, so it's tough. Got to get some heating in here. And isolate the garage doors a little bit. Not isolate, I mean insulate. Sorry, insulate the garage doors. I said isolate. Jesus. Woo. That feels pretty good. That was pretty good. We're going to leave this set up the way it is right here, because we're going to do leg curls when we get to hamstrings. Right now I'm going to go to the lower pulley, and I'm going to move the camera just a little bit so you can be able to see the setup. I'm going to set up this chain here. I'm going to set up the chain here. And if you have a setup like this, I'm sure those that do have a Marcy gym and maybe actually do certain routines like the way I do them here. And if you've never done this one before, definitely try doing this when you get a chance. Let me see if I'm good there, because I am going to be standing a bit away from the machine. Let me take a look. Yeah, so it seems like it's still pretty close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in this angle here, and hopefully you guys, I know it sucks, I'd rather have someone record me, but I still got to do the journey, and I want to be able to share it as I go. Whew. Think here you'll be able to see. So the lower pulley set up with my lat pull down bar. And basically what you do is you can hold it here, you can hold it wide if you want. Make sure that you get a nice separation of your feet, a little bit more than shoulder width apart to do a squat. And I basically start sitting, and then I stand up, you see? And now I'm actually pulling the cable upward. So stay with your squatting position, chest up, squat all the way down, press back up. And now you can utilize this machine to do squats with the lower cable row. And I have up to 200 pounds worth of weight, which is fantastic. you basically stay with your chest up and you really squat down, you feel it. You definitely get a good workout out of this. So the only thing is your arms are like anchors. So unfortunately your arms aren't getting a little bit of resistance as well, but your legs will feel it. That is one, and I'm going to increase the weight there. That was pretty good. Whew. All right. So we're going to go up there. We got a little bit more than half the stack there, probably about 115, 130. As we all know, our legs are some of the strongest muscles in the body. You know, it's one of the bigger muscle groups other than your glutes and of course your chest muscles and all that. So utilize those legs, really pound it out. My weakness with my legs is definitely calves, which obviously it's for a lot of men and women, but I happen to be one of those that have very small, not huge, big calves. And I've always had issues, more so now as I've gotten older, with my hamstrings. My hamstrings are not as strong, and that's one area I really want to work on over the course of these next 3 months, 3 to 4 months, is to build some strength there and hopefully get a little bit of size in the hamstrings, because it's been a weaker one as far as from quads to hamstring. The quads I could probably do this whole rack right now, you know, for a couple of reps, which I'm not going to do, but as opposed to hamstring, I won't be able to do no more than 50 pounds on a curl, or 40 pounds, or no more than 3 plates on here. It is really that difficult for my hamstrings. So set number 2, I feel pretty good. Let's see how it goes here. Up. We're gonna open up the feet a little bit more. Yeah. Come on. Gonna do one more here. And then comes the big question. Do I do a variation with the Bowflex dumbbells? Let me see. Let me think. Am I going to go that route, or am I going to do a one-legged lunge, alternating legs, or do lunges, do a walking lunge all the way across the room? Yes, a number of things I could do. Legs feel pretty good. Again, a nice little pump. Not super duper pump, but I'm hoping that maybe after this next set, they will be a little bit more engaged with blood. Let's see. Let me see. Whew. But I think I'm leaning that way. I think I'm leaning towards doing maybe just a dumbbell squat. This is where, like I said at the beginning of the video, this is where I lack with exercises for legs. But again, you can do lunges, you can do farmer's walks with dumbbells. It'll definitely help with the legs. You can do step-ups on a box. I got an actual box jump inside my office, which I have to bring out here because I utilized it with my son for baseball, for winter training. Yeah. All right, let's go to this third set. Decisions I have to make here. Okay, this is the third set. I think this is gonna be the last one. Lost control there. It's important in the negative to go a little bit slower just so you can feel that stretch going down as you sit, and then you come back up, you really can feel the quads working. Yeah. Those are good. Okay. So let me catch my breath here for one moment. And then I'm going to set up the dumbbells. And yeah, I think I'm going to do a dumbbell squat just to really fire up the quads even more. And then we've got 3 nice movements for quads. Then I'll probably do a stiff leg deadlift with the dumbbells while I'm there. And then finish up with the leg curl. And then I'm done. Well, not quite done. I think I'll be done with the video, but I think I'm going to jump in, give myself a moment, and probably do a couple of calf raises. Unfortunately, I only have that wooden block right there. I utilize it, I put it down, I use some dumbbells, and I do calf raises. I think that's one machine that would be nice to have, even if I could just stack some weight, because I do have some plates that are a little rusty that I got to clean up. But I got easily maybe about 180 pounds worth of free weight, which I can actually, if I could just get the seated calf raise or the standing calf raise or both, then you just stack on the weight yourself. I wouldn't mind getting that and setting it up somewhere in here. And this way I can work on one of my weaker body parts, which is my calves, just to make them stronger and maybe hopefully build a little bit of more muscle in there. All right. Let me take this off here, get this out of the way, so I can get to these dumbbells. Dumbbell squats here. Put this back up here. Good, okay. All right, set this up. We're gonna go with 30, we're gonna go with 25. Let's go with 25. Oh, I'll try to set myself up over here somewhere. Whew. All right, so I'm gonna do just some dumbbell squats here next. And I'm just gonna put my feet just a little closer, not as wide as the last one. And that'll be the difference there. Maybe a little bit wider. There you go. These weights are mad cold. Woo! I need to put on the gloves on the next set. My hands are freezing already. Oh, this metal bar is so cold. Oh, yes. Oh, jeez. Woo! slow it down a little bit. Oh, we're gonna stay right there. And man, let me get my gloves. There you go, I got a set of gloves back here. Jeez. Bars are mad cold. Hands are freezing. Oh. You got a cold garage like mine. It's good to have a couple of these laying around. I got like 3 sets. Work out and it gets too cold in here. These dumbbells have been sitting here all night long. And it's not that bad here in New York today. Well, it was bad this morning. This morning was about 25, 26 degrees when I got up. And it's supposed to get up to 50 degrees today. So that's pretty good. We're going to go up 25 degrees since the overnight. So I believe now it's about 10:30 in the morning. So it's probably maybe 30, 35 degrees right now. But in this garage it's pretty cold. Not as cold as the other day. The other day I had to put on a hoodie. It was cold that day. That day it didn't get any. I think the highest temperature on Tuesday was 36 degrees for the day. So in here it was super duper cold. I had to put on a hood that day. And you'll see that there'll be days I have to wear the hood. Until I get a heater in here. I want to get one of those blowout heaters. Put it in the corner there or on the other side. Alright, here we go. Set number 2. This will probably be the last one. And then we're going to go over to the hamstrings. Here we go. Oh. And if you ever want to get deeper, just get the dumbbells, just sway them out a little bit out in front. I noticed that allows me to get a little bit more deeper and get a little bit more of a stretch in the quads. See that? That's good. That's good. Woo! Okay. Those were not bad. I feel a good pump. Not a super duper pump. But my legs definitely got some good blood in there. The quads are burning up a little bit. Oh man. More is more coming into play. It's more my conditioning than the muscle itself, where I'm starting to get a little fatigued from it. So, whew, I wouldn't say fatigue, but just catching my breath. Whew, all right, man, oh man, those were pretty good. So I'm gonna leave this here because we're gonna do stiff legs right now next, and then we're gonna jump over to the leg curl, and I'm just gonna set that up right now. And I'm gonna take it easy with leg curls because, like I said a little while ago, it's a weak point for me, hamstrings. I never had a hamstring pull. I had a tweak once years ago, maybe about 7 or 8 years ago, and it was while I was doing a winter workout with some of my baseball players, and I kind of tweaked the hamstring a little bit, and I was definitely, I didn't, went to the hospital. I didn't sustain any injury to it. It was just like a little bit of a strain. And but yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. Once again, my battery died out while I was actually having a conversation. So it is what it is. These are my cheapy batteries that I brought. And I had a pack of 3 that I brought, and seems like when I charge them, they just go, I think they go like in 35 minutes or 40 minutes, or, you know, it's worth, maybe the most an hour worth of time. And I know I utilized it on Tuesday, so I just should have charged that one up. But then I decided to just pull out one of my other ones that is fully charged and put the other two to charge right now, because it's crazy. The original one for this one does last longer, but I misplaced it, so I gotta find it. But anyway, we're gonna go right into stiff leg deadlifts like I was talking about. We're gonna do leg curls. At the time that the battery died out, I was just setting this up over here, so it's set up for me already. Let's get to some stiff legs. Oh, here we go. Ooh. Oh. Now that's not bad. I'm going to increase the workload on this one. I'm going to increase the weight just a little bit more for this next set. Like I said before, hamstrings are a weak spot for me as far as strength is concerned. So it's imperative for me, or at least the focus and the goal is to actually get these hamstrings a little bit stronger over the next 4 months, 3 to 4 months. And yeah, I really need them to get a little bit stronger. Oh man. But so that's one. Same thing here. Try to increase the workload. Make sure you get that good stretch. The importance with the stiff leg deadlift, you know, is to keep your back straight. You know, chest out, back straight. Don't let yourself curl over. So this way you have good posture, and you'll be able to get that good negative and be able to have a good positive movement coming back up. With training, I mean, over the years, what I've learned is that I noticed that it's more about the quality of the work than the quantity. So again, like I said, you don't have to do 4 different exercises, 3 sets, 4 sets of each, and do 16 sets. You don't necessarily have to do that. You could get a super duper workout doing the old school way, like the Mike Metzers of the days. Back then, Dorian Yates, you know, those bodybuilders like that, they used to just grind and pound, you know, pound and ground all the way through into failure, getting those last push, those last force reps, doing, you know, strip sets, doing drop sets, doing stuff like that, but using very massive weights, but very controlled. You know, you want to get that good negative, the good eccentric movement. You want to get the good positive, and the form is supposed to be like as top notch as you can. So, proper form, the best way you can. I know sometimes I spoke to you guys about someone commenting that I wasn't doing full reps with my shoulder presses in one of my previous old videos, and I explained the reasons why. I do have a bad shoulder, and that's just from just overuse of the shoulder over the years, with not only with fitness training or working out over the years, but mostly because I've been coaching baseball for nearly 20 years. And that's a lot of youth baseball games, over 800 games for sure, over 1,000 workouts, you name it. And that's a lot of throwing baseballs and a lot of batting practices. So the shoulder's in bad shape. But again, I don't want to have no surgeries, so I work around it. Oh, all right, stiff leg, here we go. Set number 2. Ooh. Put a little bit more weight on these dumbbells. Got them up to 30s. Whew. That is good. Woo. Okay. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good with those hammies there. Again, very weak area, but I'll try to be cautious, not overdo it, but make sure that I get 2 or 3 good solid sets. I got 2 sets there. I think I'm good. I'm gonna go over to the Marcy machine now and do some leg curls. And that'll wrap it up. And then I'll give myself a little bit and I'll probably just do some calf raises. But that'll be pretty much the end of the video at that point in time. I'm just gonna finish up with these. And then, yeah, that'll be day 4 of this journey. We're gonna start right over here on this side. Let's get right to it. So there, it's gonna be hard for you guys to see. So I'll just move it over, see if this is a better angle. Yeah, right there you should be able to get. Oh. All right. There you go. Good. Oh, hamstrings. Blood does get in there and it gets in there pretty fast, but it's just not enough strength, to do massive weight, And I'm looking again with hamstrings, you're not looking to do massive weight anyway, at least in my opinion. You want to be able to get a good weight that you can handle, nothing crazy, because it's a very dangerous muscle. You don't want to rip it. You don't want to have get spasm. You don't want to just injure the hamstring, because a hamstring injury, it's going to take a while to recuperate, several weeks. So I take it easy, but my plans is to, for sure, build the strength up over these next 3 to 4 months. And get to a point where I'm doing some more. Oh man, that was a burn there. Just want the strength to go up, and then with more strength eventually we'll be able to build a little bit more size in those hammies. Woo! All right, so I think I'm gonna do 1 more, and if I feel good, maybe a 3rd, and then that'll be a wrap for day 4. And I'm gonna go and fuel this body soon with some protein. I look forward to that, because I pretty much fast all the way up to 11, 11:30, 12, pretty much every day. I do a 16-8, and sometimes I go 18-6 intermittent fast, and that works for me. That's worked excellent for me over the last 10 months, as far as getting a little bit of some body fat off of my body and losing a few pounds. So I'm going to stick with it because it works for me. But now the tables have turned, because now I'm aiming for putting on some muscle size, and I'm trying to hopefully put on some size while I'm still being able to keep the body fat a little bit on the lower side, or maybe even be able to lose a little bit. And it's possible, but it's very difficult. It's not as easy. So, whew. All right, let me go to number 2. Second set here. Here you go. Oh, shit. Oh. Woo! Oh man. Okay. Here we go. this one is more on fire than the other one, but they both got a serious burn. Oh man, I think I'm gonna stop right there. I've got a good pump on the hamstrings. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think I've got, for me, my legs are pumped, but I believe my hamstrings got more blood in and got a better pump than my quads. So, go figure, I did more weight with the quads. But the hamstring, just simply because it's just taking the motions really straight, getting as much stretch and as much of a contraction as possible, it definitely, I was able to, because it's more of an isolation movement. So you're kind of isolating that muscle a little bit more when you're thinking of it. So it's like doing a bicep curl, which I'll be doing tomorrow. That's what makes the difference. But man, that is it, man. This is day 4. It's concluded. Tomorrow will be day 5 of the journey. Tomorrow, like I said, triceps and bicep. I look forward to that workout. I'm really going to hammer out the arms. Man, the grind continues, folks, man. So I'm going to go and refuel this body, give it some rest, and I'll be ready for day 5. Day 5 tomorrow, man. So I'll see you guys then, man. Peace out.